It's for near of me, Mama Quab ever daily update TV. So, send any day the kind of a channel, so make sure so be tapping and subscribe button. So, I think so tap on the notification bell and send away. I was on submit my all the new updated to channel so more when on Ghana politics. As answer should be said, back was video so like it. Now, I shower. So, I didn't tribute alpha video, a comment session, budget, near King Kayo, and so at them. Some yam no the Cassidy, dear before a 1 year pass. Or more power ni date na I spy. Or more 2 men Ghana for the show, my son, and ya a baby. And no anamo money a bomb to sell or more the Ghana for bonny, or more the Ghana or mine or bro. My book chrono papa. Now, with the lawyer here, Victor Benson, and what you must say. Not if we are telling him say, or no dear, ni power no baby header. Into one no, with the kind of work brokers in the baby brain, I should monk because of the haircut or the by just saying or signing some papers. The puppy brain a woo for your tansan. So uncle phone he needs to account for them. And now, to me, every one sadia, what me faka a journey, say I, and out me for plain a journey, so the way I rock show when you're says he can win yan he. Who patches a gun of what Jimmy can afford, I do one he, and with me in your scasse where you're into or call US and I say you can caution where you're more real kind of wussy carbro so hospital crazy, I cry no more book hospital and go. What me in your scasse or quack show when you're Brana would dream a dear would ye deal mine, bro. Now, ne or say wickedness now they do man. Beyond what they are also yell, who Johnny. Ye declare wanted dear, was see I and Guassi Emma, and I say, I Miss Lawyer Victor Benson. At the acquire and answer the processor, I always be installed everything me. I can't offer to see any money me, so make even attempt to say US and I say UK 101. Over Johnny for be easy cry by so be my attorney general. I file the process with a Interpol. No more local police or na a declare us a red alert. Send a bear, the Bionam Bia, the eye color nas and fingerprint to cry. But my young is see me at the nabo mine. Yes, I'm ready and could send ya or see this sub processes. A 2 job man easy cry. I made Ken Ofori at as a woman, Mamma be pay for the sin, no face and run or so.
That would my family cooking for you.
Honorable Ken. Ewiase wa ho. Ewiase sisa Mugabi. Ewiase wote ewiase I was say we papa, I was say we ni papa. Na uja good legacy. Bible says that what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? And ubi na ato Ken Oforiata no. Ken Oforiata baye omo taote no as a Yale graduate. So we'll say later cry be who no Achimota school transcript and not just a 9 in chains, but somehow no he managed to get to Yale. Only God knows how he found his way there. And the results of the 9 in chains we saw from Achimota school was what we saw when he became the finance minister. You also saw how badly he handled the economy. And see, Ken Oforiata say oyari na we took wine. Special prosecutor also say Osheno, wanted man, dead or alive. He's wanted to come and answer questions on about 4 projects that he has his fingers in. And I don't see why, say if Ken Oforiata is innocent, why he should running away from friend is saying the special prosecutor. The answers that the special prosecutor is looking for is with Ken Oforiata. You see, Mugabe, at a point when Ken Oforiata was seriously ill, he left his position and went to the US, I think for a liver transplant or something. We all saw him. He had swollen face and everything. Nyamincha adie otumi koje treatment in no bar back alive. But even at that point, you know, Ken Oforiata did not run away, even at the point where he was seriously ill and needed a new liver. Ken Oforiata was still in the country and held on to his position as a friend is saying finance minister. And see, minim yaria worse, saying liver transplant no occur through. On to mean back to Ghana. I mean Ghana prosecutor no, I believe that he's not going to keep him here forever. He needs him for investigation. And see what better say, Ebia 2 days. Now your interview. You give your answer. Now you can go back for your whatever treatment. Whatever treatment. And then they say Assembly Maker say he needs to come and answer. He has his reputation on the line. And you know his people are saying that Bakubi Amete your friend is an Anabina, son of fat guy no. Or say here special prosecutor or no for plane enko landing.
Oh no
now uncle interview your friend is saying Kenoforiata was landing, and I find that very ridiculous. Somebody who has been accused of stealing money, engaged in corruption, share $58 million now Kenoforiata the share as I say National Cathedral ni muno waho $58 million no anka etumisi 38 million potumisi hospital Emma, like even a specialist hospital for Kenoforiata to be getting his treatment from Ghana instead of going to US or to the UK to go and get treatment now that he is sick. As finance minister, how many clinics or hospitals did Kenoforiata build? But today that Kenoforiata is sick, Kenoforiata is abroad in the US or the UK, wherever he's hiding in his rat hole, getting medical treatment. How about you and I? Bogabi, would you have money to go to the US to go and get treatment? I don't think so. And teacher said, Kenoforiata Bugana for Kwasia. Wasai Sikano, Ena Onu Yare no, Sikana Weriano, or Dibiako, no de Kwakosano who yare. So these are the kind of leaders that we had under Nanadu. People are saying, say, Yegu Kenoforiata Enimasi by declaring him, in fact, Yegu Ghana Enimasi by declaring him wanted. What do you want to know? Wegu Ghana Enimasi. It happened in Nigeria. There was a finance, I think it was a female energy minister. Or no, so Orieska. She was hiding in London. Omuko by Emma Bestandi trial. Say Engu AFN is saying in China, when you engage in corruption in China, the sentence is death. And to say Kenoforiata are engaging in corruption and stealing. How does that affect? In fact, it raises Ghana's corruption index. Say Ghana, the government of Ghana is actually fighting corruption. And see, Ghana hasn't disgraced anybody, or the country hasn't been disgraced because special prosecutor. Who is he? What Victor Solomon ended up in prison. He was not a finance minister, Victor Solomon. He was sick. Deputy finance. They locked Victor Solomon up in Sawam, even though he had a heart problem. The man ended up dying.
Yes.
The man died.
What they did.
How different is Kenoforiata from Victor Solomon? Anani Dino is different. Indeed, Onoya Chimney, he has repeated special, and Victor Solomon is from where? Into no there. He doesn't deserve any better treatment. Kenoforiata, you are wanted. You have to come down. And you asked about the process by which he should be brought down. I mean, the Attorney General must file the processes. Has to start there. Now that he has been declared wanted, Interpol must come in. They have to file red alert and give it to the various. Say I was say Attorney General file processes. You can't just go and bring him down. And see, Interpol, they'll have to bring in Interpol.
Baby omode na ni kala ni bia ntinu se wonam land na bia wo hia no Dawson market ana say East Street market wo hia no Tottenham na Camberwell Green ana wo hia no Lewisham na Manchester na ho no Liverpool Coventry Bristol baby abehu ne bia America for so na Washington DC o say Massachusetts o say Boston ana say mo New York Bronx and in the pattern no mo ko see o mo no mo tape New Jersey won ti ono ya na matcha check sa area sidi nyina ahwe ti mo Kenoforiata we de hwe nanim yi na mo ma ne mo no apa ni ti no ya na wode ne otade ne sa eso na baju se yi pa nti sisi no see ya no was special prosecutor no na juma.
Yeah. And see, what he has to do is that he has to let the Attorney General file the processes with Interpol. Now Interpol the Bema all borders. Almost when the receiving country gets the information, then they would then give it to local police, because local police can't in the country that
America you crew.
Local police will be the enforcers. And see, I mean, once they get the international alert, it will be on all borders. or crossing border there will be needing bemu ana ni for paper ana ni biometric pop na needing pop up
there will
be a red alert. And I know they want to mean pa border bia ho.
But
then if you want to enforce it now, the government must give it to. When you give it to the government, let's assume he's hiding in the US. So they give it to the US. They give it to the US government, and then the US government, whoever is in charge, they have to give it to find where he is. So once they find where he is, then they'll send local police. They'll give the local.
Easy to get to know.
Oh yes, it's easy because say or enter, I'm sure say or enter, you must have entered an address at which he is going to stay. And see, I mean, well, the US is big, but they can still find him if they want to find him. So then the local police would go and get him and then bring him back to Ghana.
To say now we are feeling family, everyone.
Oh, feeling it. Yes, they are feeling the heat. That one no more enjoying now more feel heat.
The power expiring date.
Power expiring date. That's why you have to treat people nicely. That's why when people are telling you say we are hungry, things are not going well, you listen to them. Look, people died under Ken Oforiate's. There's blood on Ken Oforiate's hands. When you take the bond holders, pensioners, omode your friend is saying omode omusika akoshe investment mu. Now, Ken Oforiata, you are determining, say, me first can when it matures, I'm not going to give it to you now, but I'm going to give you in the year, if any, so in 2037. 2037, some of these people have died. They didn't get their money. Some of them even needed the money to buy medication, Mugabe. They needed the money. A whole former Chief Justice, Sophia Akufu, had to go and sit down there in the sun, protesting, asking for her money, begging for her own money, because then she bought bonds with her money because she had faith in the Ghana government. Say when I invest my money in Ghana government, I am going to get my money when I need it. Ken Oforiata say on Tibida or mamu haircut, musika mupeno. The people who died, the bondholders who died, omu blood ewo Ken Oforiata answer. Ken Oforiata is not innocent. The MP, in fact, you know the funny thing, there are some MPP people who are even happy that he's a wanted man right now. I've seen a few posts. Almost say onunkwa nedi nti onunkwa nedi dia onunkwa and he should face the music. What you say? So even the grassroots of MPP, they felt the hardship under Ken Oforiata's rule as foreign minister. Finance minister. And they are not willing to even support Ken Oforiata for what he did, and they even blame him, say, because of his harsh policies, financial policies. That is why MPP is now in opposition. So they are not even willing. The MPP is not even willing to support him. And Ken Oforiata, you are on your own. You better come and answer the questions. And yes, the embarrassment is just, it may be too much for you. Because some people can't handle embarrassment like that. Now I share another thing Ken Oforiata the closing down of banks. Who Ken Oforiata who buy Ghanaian banks. Ken Oforiata shut down all Ghanaian banks and they car onunkwani their data bank. That is how wicked Ken Oforiata is. And Nigerian banks, foreign banks, local banks, because they are in bed with the Nigerians. Because Bedio too is married to a Nigerian. Inti maybe to say Frontier airport for COVID, Frontier company, they were a Nigerian company. So they were in bed with the Nigerians and they were doing business with the Nigerians, and so they shut down Ghanaian local banks, including Sedu Agongo's bank. Wow, very, very sad story. Young man, I decided he's going to leave a legacy. He's going to, build a bank that Onuko Oniwa, his name will be on it. Say Onuno, founder of this bank. Now, moi shenyamye papa yeshi. Now, moi jini license, mudi na jina court. Apanation very well. I show ni pepe. Udi edru swa. Yes, because you are an Oforiata, you are too good to be prosecuted. Who the hell do you think you are? There's nobody above the law. Nobody is above the law. Enti wakata weni na wudi sika. When a new government comes, they would make sure say you are brought to book. And I believe that is why they wanted Bawumia to continue. They didn't want the NDC to come to power because they know say when NDC comes to power now, all this rot will be exposed, and that's what we are saying. Can you imagine say NDC and power now Bawumia to aswa? Do you think the rot that has been uncovered by the oral team and by Attorney General's office and by the special look, when MPP was in power, Nanado was in power, the special prosecutor was like a friend say a poodle. He couldn't bite, he couldn't back. Papa ni Juma ufa Cecilia Dapa case no. Even before the special prosecutor started investigating Cecilia Dapa's case no, Nanado abe issue statement say, oh Cecilia, Mami Sisi, don't worry, I shall vindicate. A friend is saying, I shall then vindicate you another day. I will clear you. Mami can is simple.
Hello dear.
Hello dear. I will clear you. Don't worry. Emma, special prosecutor. Omo chichiri ni sa egunechi. I love letters. Etroma Mami Sisi. What you say? And when MPP was in power, the special prosecutor was toothless. He was a toothless bulldog. He was just like there walking around, powerless. But now that they are out of power, he knows that this new government is willing to fight corruption, fight stealing, and bring people to book. It's what we say when a new form of fresh breath of life in him. Now he has some.
When say America say now
me for us because somebody you $10,000 and $100,000 classes. I do the one person in call for no come and show us where he is. I'm over this kind of.
You know, so Attorney General and special prosecutor
special prosecutor was like a toothless bulldog under MPP because
for Miss Lawyer Sector Benson and Moten and can watch him say MPP for drink say omo power na be wo akwese wie ya na no munim say power any expiring data na ene omo say omo power na so expiring data kan ya jitumi efro omo nsem ama sisi ade omo hu say yes enkofo bi na tumi ekita Ghana fo na omo bu omo fa so ade omo pe ewi Ghana fo sika ene ono ken Ofori atatimeka so wo yare nipa otimi fairly ne cons ewa chemota Nanado timi de ne be finance minister ema ne timi bo mine ka wi o mine sika twetwiri die ama otimi nya bi de ko US na say UK ekwese okwakosa ne ho yare hospital say wo Ghana how ken Ofori atabe ye finance minister no imu ba kokura no otimi siye di si ha no so a omasa ebuagu ye bisa ken Ofori atase di economy no mo jade ama John Dramani Mahama no. How many of Ghanaians ni benyes kasto or yare into UK and say US? Akwakosa no ho yare. We Ghana fusika de bi akwakosa ho yare. OSP fraudia na wo so ma. Wo de yare jijo ho anim se wo yare. Nti ema obre na wonya ma idea. Na chese officer on ka say ena nchire OSP no. Si declare wanted dia wo say en ngwasa na say en ngwasa mo mai no. For Kens Ofori test information, you don't want a finance minister, you declare as a wanted person. There are so many cases all over the world that something like that happen. Oba, no sense, some na ye hear through all the answers na ye pen my now chere baby I would sika kugwa. So you're guilty, you face the law, baby, all this kind of question be out the beba. It's a kind of Ofori day, say you're good in mass and reputation as saying and no and fire home. All the OSP and the Ghanaian wants is that he come and answer for the things that were here at the mine. The be always sika at the cuckoo. Tis a tea, Madame Nipa, Cecilia OSP, a declare Ken Ofori wanted no. A quiet bemana easy ama and saka a Ken Ofori Cecilia, and I be in Semna OSP pen anon. My Attorney General and file the process with Interpol or minor also whether this a UK who say US or no. Na omo declare as red alert na yemfa ne eye color ne fingerprint ema the local police for no mo farmer borders for no se na be as won kwankofa airport kra no pest of borders so or corner so pass it through the process with the eye decora. A betchin is here because the fingerprint be the eye color be the secular be keke. I'm a young one, I'm a yet the nabo, my name was here. Send a bear or baby answer Ghana for now, what dear bonnet. Ghana for now, or your more haircut, and ma, or more ebicula woo, ebicula fem we are rare. Now ye be such uncle for the Mujef in hon. One of the Bukita Bible. Who shown him now din bonnet, and also you need to account for it. Then the whole lot of corruptions are he's involved in it in Rabbi and Ghana for and so and what ton. Yeah, they were talking so I really say you're good any mass in a dear kicker. You don't need those things for me. The hands or beba. Now by answer near OSP a perfino honor. Not the way we are so they can for a diam snebea button. Because John Domain Mahamadi, all man is a father for what he said last time now by 4 years now. What the bonnet if you are involved in corruption this time around there, where you determine say, we are going for Sikanyana, but my achimo near Jesus can. Baby, as you can walk with them. I'm a set an example for months or more minus is here, Monso and Quesa. So, if we say on your subscriber here, measures of tapping and subscriber to so Eddie Mammy. Nothing so tap it on the notification bell on the Sana be on some bit or the new update. Edit to channel is one more who goes on Ghanaian politics. Sanso should be so like videos no share there. So I didn't tribute out comment section. Nakin Kayo and so demo. Some day and there macro. Bye bye.